What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. This is Lone Wolf, and in this video, it's all about Marksmanship Hunters in PvP for the 9.1 patch, Chains of Domination, alright? We are here, patches out, and I want to feed those brains with some knowledge, alright? So with that being said, let's get into it. Alright guys, so this is going to be the first introductory video of a series which will cover the Marksmanship Hunter in the Shadowlands expansion. Alright, we're going to talk about in this video specifically things such as race, stat priority, professions, and the rest of the series is going to cover things like legendaries, covenants, soulbinds, rotations, best PvP comps, and things of that nature. We're gonna do an in-depth and we're just gonna go through it, alright? Because I want to give you guys mad knowledge. Alright, so let's get right into it. We're gonna start the video off with the race. What is the best race for Marksmanship Hunter? Now we have to understand that there are races with a better overall synergy with the Marksmanship Hunter spec. And there are also niche roles for some races that can further improve them over the overall best choice, okay? So with that being said, for the ally, in my opinion, I do believe that the Night Elf Marksmanship Hunter is really good. You have that reset with Shadow Melt, helping you gain camouflage or helping you res a pet. Definitely helps you mitigate complete damage. Like if a chaos bolt is in the air and about to hit you, you can shadow mount and boom, completely disregard all that damage. Alright, so multiple utility with it, massive potential with the Night Elf race. Second to that, it's like a in-between. People would say human, because humans have the stun ratio, you can get out of stun, but being that a stun is the primary way to kill a hunter, I don't necessarily believe that having a trinket on a 3-minute cooldown is very useful. But there is a trinket that helps you reduce crowd controls, which is an overall trinket, not just a stun. And then third, or tied with human, is the Dark Iron Dwarf. Okay, so the Dark Iron Dwarf ratio is pretty chill, and if you're a Kyrian, you may think that it's not too valuable, but the stats increase that you gain from using the ratio is extreme. Massive amounts of damage, and you're able to remove all those debuffs on you while buffing yourself. Pretty substantial. It is all on how you play, who you're going against, and what is the meta, with the gnome being very low in the totem pole because we already have disengage, we already have a conduit that further lessens the cooldown of disengage, and we have Master's Call. So for sure a third way to escape roots may be useful, but being that the other races have much more value when it comes to their ratios, I don't think the gnome is going to be able to compete. For the horde side, there is an overall, which is the orc. The orc basically reduces the duration of any stuns, and stuns, like I said before, that is where we need the most help in. So that is a plus. They also have Blood Fury, which increases their attack power. It is noticeable, not game changing like the Dark Iron Dwarf, but definitely useful. It's off the global cooldown. Just macro it with your damage trinkets and you'll be good to go. And then they also have their pets deal 5% more damage. So overall, Orcs is a great choice. Another interesting choice are the Tauren. The Tauren can stun anybody within a few yards from you. AoE stun, very impactful during defensive, peeling, and just completely doing damage. And even though Marksmanship Hunters have consecutive concussion, that requires setup, and this is instant, so pretty cool. Increased stamina, all right. A little bit resistance in nature, nothing that's super crazy, but you do get bonus damage from critical strikes. That's pretty cool, especially since Marksmanship Hunters really scale well with crit, with the Kyrian. This is a very interesting play style with the Tauren, and they're very strong, so up to you, all right. But you also have Blood Elves, which removes debuffs on targets, and being that Tranquilizing Shot is on a 10-second cooldown, it is always useful to have Dispel with another Dispel right behind it, especially for those against those mages and Rusted Druids and the like. And then third for the Horde is the Trolls. The Trolls are awesome in that you are able to have a mini lust during your goes. Alright, so it'll feel like you have an extra true shot in your playstyle. Though I do believe that having more defensives in Shadowlands is much more valuable than being able to put out extra damage here and there. Okay, so that is my point of view on the races. Let's move on. Next will be the stat priority. Stat priority for Marksmanship Hunters is very easy in PvP. All it is verse and mastery crit being sorta equal, and haste. So verse, mastery, crit the same, haste at the lower end of the priority. Now, with that being said, while sims and while if you go and try to sim your character for PvE, it'll tell you that other stats are more valuable and all that good jazz. In PvP is different in that versatility reduces damage being done to you and increases your healing and damage done. Then while crit and mastery might even out with value, the most important thing is if you're a Kyrian hunter, you already gain a lot of crit during your goes. All right, every minute you just get extra damage multipliers and extra crit on top of that. So mastery tends to win out because during those goals you want your abilities to hit harder. Okay, now it's not gonna be super viable to try to get all mastery because you won't be able to find mastery gear in the PvP vendor. But if you can squeeze in as much mastery as you can, the better. Okay, then go crit, and then if you want to quicken your casting, if you're not comfortable with the slowness and the pace of the Marksmanship Hunter, you can add haste to allow you to learn the spec much easier. Now, with that being said, haste won't provide an advantage. All right, you might be able to use globals quicker, sooner, better reaction time, but at the end of the day, you want to get kills, and haste is not gonna give you kills. It's mastery and crit, okay, and versatility. All right, next is professions. The one profession I do recommend for not just PvP, but just to have period, is engineering. And the reason you want engineering is that you get the wormhole generator, which allows you to harf to any continent every 15 minutes. All right, so on top of your home zone transportation network, on top of your summon steward ability to also allow you to go wherever you want in your home zone, on top of flying, you will also have wormhole generator, which is great. And you're able to enchant your own weapon and give you toys for random BGs and world PvP. Other than that, the second profession you want to choose is really up to you. I do recommend enchanting. That way you can just enchant your own stuff. Being that Pelagos, you get this thing called Cleanse Vestments. Have a chance to obtain Cleanse Cloth and enchanting materials when you kill an enemy. So having this and enchanting allows you to just gain profit from it, enchant your own stuff. Now for your engineering, if you don't want to use mining, you can get ore from mission tables, from chests, from many sources in game. So you don't have to really worry about farming, or unless you just want to, make a lot of money with engineering. That's a different story. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the first part of the series of the Marksmanship Hunters for the Shadowlands expansion. The next part will cover the best covenants, the best soulbind, and the best conduits within the soulbind, legendaries, PvP talents, and your talents. All right, so stay tuned for that. It will be coming out very soon. Definitely give it a like if you found this to be useful. Anything that you want to mention or talk about, put it down in the comments below, and subscribe for more videos. All right, so with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.